Welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing the requested eyebrow tutorial using the Anastasia eyebrow pomade in the color chocolate. I am using the Anastasia eyebrow brush. Just brush my eyebrows up first, and then I'm going in with the pomade. First I'm just going in and just filling in the gaps, places where the hairs are sparse, basically where it looks a little thin. And I'm just filling that in first. And then I'm going to create an arch, and I'll show you here in a bit how I create my arch. And this is just my natural arch. And this video was actually requested by a viewer because I usually do my eyebrows before I do my makeup tutorial, and I was asked to do an eyebrow video to show you guys how I do this. So this is how I usually do my eyebrows. So the middle section needs to line up with my nose, and the outer tip needs to line up with the corners of our mouth, which creates a natural arch. So I'm just making sure that it lines up. So if you want something a little bit more dramatic, of course you can create that arch a little sharper or a little higher. But this is how I create a natural arch, like this. So my arch needs to line up with the end of my nose, and the end of my eyebrows needs to line up with the corners of my mouth. And the inner part of my eyebrows need to line up with, again, the inside of my nose. Now I'm using the tip of the brush to create like a hairline stroking motion on the inside of my eyebrows. And I'm just kind of brushing that upward. And I'm also laying the brush flat as well to create like that natural hairline type look. And I'm just brushing it across. And I'm just going to show you guys this on one eyebrow, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the other one off camera, just to speed things up a little bit here. But this is pretty much what I do. So I'm using just that very tip right there. And I'm just going to create that natural hair look. And I'm just pulling that upward as well to give it that really natural look. And then you brush it upward as well so that the pomade create a streak and it looks like hairline. And I do brush it quite a bit because I am going to go back over and clean it up. Once I'm done filling it in with the pomade, I will go back in and clean it up before I even start my foundation and stuff. So this is what it looks like once I'm done filling in the pomade. I do go in with the Eyebrow Pro Concealer in the color Classic Ivory. And I just clean it up with that. I use this concealer for everything. It feels like that anyway. So I use it to just clean up my eyebrows, and just around it I create just a natural tip on the end of my eyebrows, and making sure that my arch is still in place. Just take your time with this part because you can easily wipe away your pomade if you're not careful. So just take your time and make sure you're cleaning this up. This is actually an e.l.f. Smudge brush that I'm using. It's a really small tip brush that I'm using to clean this up with. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a precision brush, not a smudge brush. It's a really small tip brush, so it cleans up really well and it gets in there and very precise. So I'm able to keep my shape of the eyebrows as much as I can without losing the arch or anything else, or the pomade. Once again, just take your time and clean this up, and just depending on the type of arch that you usually wear, using the Eyebrow Pro Concealer, you can create and maintain the arch that you will want, because it really gets the lines really clean and defined. So this is what I do because I like a natural arch. Okay. And once again, I just make sure that my lines are even. I do use the brush once I'm done cleaning everything up. On the inside of my eyebrows, I just smudge the brush down because I don't like the hard lines. So you can just go ahead and just smudge it down to make sure that you don't have the hard lines, that it look natural as possible. And just use the tip of the brush to smudge down the corners of the lines that you will create once you're initially doing the when you're actually adding the pomade. But you can use the brush to smudge those lines down and just clean that up. I just needed to clean that up a little bit more and make that a little bit more defined. Okay, you can always go back in and fill in if you see spaces. Like the very top of my eyebrows, I always have spaces there, so I always have to go back in and fill that back in right there. And if you need to, you can always, of course, make it a little bit wider or thinner on the ends and just clean it up. Make sure you brush it up, and to get rid of any loose pomades on your eyebrows. And use the brush once again to clean that up. And this is it. This is pretty much what I do for my natural look eyebrows. And for an everyday look. Again, I am smudging in the inner part of my eyebrows again because I went back over it with the concealer. So I'm just smudging it in again. But this is the finished look, and I just thought I'd do this before I started my makeup tutorial for this next look that I was going to create. I hope you guys enjoyed this eyebrow tutorial, and if you have any other questions or any other suggestions, please don't hesitate to ask. Once again, thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for joining me today.